Hi everyone, today I really wanted to do a chit chat tag type video, but I couldn't decide what tag to do, so I decided to make up my own tag. I've decided to do a bad beauty habits tag. I had a look around on YouTube and there was one floating around a couple of years ago, but it didn't actually have any questions. You know, like normal tags have questions that you answer. The tag was actually where the YouTuber or the person whose video it was would pick like 5 of their bad beauty habits and they'd try and break that and see if they could kind of change their ways a little. So I've compiled a list of 10 questions relating to bad beauty habits that people might have, such as not drinking enough water or dirty makeup brushes, you know, squeezing your spots and stuff. I thought it would be interesting just to find out a little bit more about what people do kind of behind the scenes of the makeup and their hair and things like that, because on YouTube people tend to upload videos with their hair perfectly done, you know, their makeup done and they're wearing a nice top or something. If it was acceptable to have my hair up in a ponytail and upload videos with no makeup on, then I think you would see a lot more videos on this channel. But I thought it would be interesting just to break down that shell a little bit and just talk about some of our bad beauty habits, because everybody has them, come on, you know. Nobody is that perfect that they don't have any bad beauty habits. So let's get started. Question 1 is, do you take off your makeup every night? Yes, I do. I love the kind of process of taking off my makeup with a cleansing oil and just massaging my face. And I always do it as soon as I get in from work or after I've eaten my dinner, just because I don't like having my makeup on my face for too much longer when I'm at home. I like just to kind of pull my hair back, take off all my makeup and wear really comfortable clothes. So I always remove my makeup at night. The only times I might not do it, or I might not do it properly, is if I've been out on a night out or if it's really late. So I'll just use a micellar water or a makeup wipe, and my skin might not be as clean as it could be, but at least I've still removed some of the makeup. Question 2 is, do you squeeze your spots? I don't know if I should admit this really, but yeah, sometimes if I've got like a whitehead, I'll just kind of go for it, and it's quite satisfying really sometimes, and I do really try and resist for as long as I can. But yes, I have to admit, I do squeeze my spots sometimes. I know it's really bad and you end up with hyperpigmentation and scars, but sometimes they're just just sat there waiting to be squeezed, and I don't know if that was a bit too much information for you, but there you go. Question 3 is, do you wear SPF daily? For my face, I've got a moisturiser now that has SPF 30, and my foundation usually has some kind of SPF in it as well, but I don't actually wear a separate SPF anymore. I did a few years ago, but I just found that I wasn't getting through the bottle enough. I just wasn't using it on a regular basis enough, and it was quite heavy on my skin, so I just kind of stopped using it, and for about a year or so I just wasn't using any SPF on my face. But now I've got a moisturiser with SPF 30, so that's good. With regards to my body, I tend to only wear SPF if I'm going to be out in the sun for a long time, like if I'm going to the beach or if I'm going to the park or something, then I'll wear it then. So question 4 is, how often do you wash your makeup brushes? I tend to wash my makeup brushes on a weekly basis, usually every Sunday, and I try and do them kind of early on in the morning so that I know that by Monday morning they'll be dry. But if I forget, or if I don't wash them until mid-afternoon, I tend to only really wash my foundation brush, just because if they're not dry by Monday morning then I can't use them. And I don't really have doubles of most of the brushes that I use, especially the ones that I use on a daily basis. So if it gets to quite late on the Sunday, then I don't wash the makeup brushes until the next week, so I kind of leave them for 2 weeks. But they're usually my cheek brushes or my eye brushes, but I make sure that on a weekly basis I wash my foundation brush. I don't actually know if that's enough. I feel like sometimes maybe I should wash it twice a week, but I don't always have time to, and it doesn't always dry, so maybe I just need more makeup brushes. I don't know, you guys should let me know. Question 5 is, do you moisturise your body daily? So after you stepped out of the shower, do you moisturise your body every day? And I have to admit, I don't always. I do try to, especially in the winter, because my skin gets quite dry, and then in the summer I try to as well, because you're kind of more likely to have your arms and your legs out. But I don't really tend to sometimes. Sometimes I get really lazy and I just don't at all for like a week or so, then it gets really dry and you know you need to exfoliate really well, and then you start moisturising again. So I kind of have phases where I moisturise daily, then I might not moisturise for a couple of days, and I'll moisturise daily again for like 2 weeks, and then I won't do it again for like a week or something. So question 6 is, do you bite your nails or cuticles? I don't bite my nails or cuticles. I do like to have my nails short, so I cut them quite short, but I don't actually bite them or anything. I've never done that. Even as a child I never did that. I don't know, maybe my teeth aren't strong enough to actually bite a piece of nail off or anything, but I've never bitten my nails. I just like having them short. And my cuticles are gross because I don't tend to look after them very well, but I don't actually bite them. I tend to try and keep my hands out of my mouth, to be honest. Okay, question 7 is, do you moisturise your hands frequently? My hands get really dry because I wash the dishes at home. I wash my hands a lot when I'm at work, and I don't really like to wear gloves very often when it's cold, so they do get quite dry, and I don't really moisturise them enough, really. I think when I've put on my face moisturiser, if I've got any excess, I usually tend to kind of rub it into my hands like this. And same with face oils and stuff. Even though I carry a hand moisturiser in my bag every day, I don't actually always use it, which is a bit strange. But it's just not one of those things that kind of instantly makes me think, oh, okay, I need to moisturise my hands. Like, oh, I've got a few spare minutes, let's moisturise my hands. Question 8 is, do you get regular haircuts? I don't tend to. I don't like going to the hairdresser. I tend to cut my own hair. So if I find that my ends are getting quite straggly and dry and a bit gross, then I do it, and that's usually about every couple of months. Sometimes if I want my hair to grow, then I won't do it at all. I think the longest I went without having a haircut at all was about a year or so. And I tend to go to the hairdresser probably once every couple of years. The last time I went to a hairdresser was, I think, December 2012 before I graduated. So it has been a long time since I've been to a hairdresser, but I mean, I cut my hair to this length myself. I mean, I got my mum to kind of help me just make it straight, but generally I just don't tend to get my hair cut very often, and I don't go to the hairdresser very often either. So we're almost near the end now. Question 9 is, how often do you use heat on your hair? I tend to use heat on my hair every time after I wash my hair, which is usually every other day or so. I tend to blow dry it and then straighten it as well. And if you watch my hair care routine, then you'll know that another bad habit that I have is that I don't actually use heat protectant either, which I don't know, I've just not found one that really works for me. If anyone has any recommendations for good ones, then let me know. But I've tried quite a few different ones and I've just never really found them to be useful. They don't make my hair feel any different than if I don't use heat protectant, really. So we're on the last question. Question 10 is, do you drink the recommended amount of water a day? So I think the recommended amount is 2 litres or 8 cups of water, and I never drink that much water in a day. I mean, I try to. Sometimes I have the water bottle in my surgery at work, but I just don't think, okay, I'm going to have a drink. I only tend to drink water with my lunch and my dinner, and sometimes a little bit at night or if I'm exercising. But generally throughout the day, I'm not one of those people that has frequent sips of water or frequent cups of tea or anything. I know there are lots of benefits for drinking water throughout the day, such as helping to clear your skin up, flushing out toxins. I think it makes your mind clearer or something. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, I don't really drink enough water throughout the day. So that was the end of the tag. I hope you enjoyed this, and I thought it was something a little bit different to the normal tags that you see. I tag all of you to do this, so if any of you decide to do this tag, then please leave me a link to your video in the comments below and I'll come and check it out. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye!